Hi, this is Jackie. Welcome to our Yin video. Today you will need your favorite playlist, maybe some props, maybe your bolster, but make sure you have a nice squishy mat, and we'll see you there. Okay, so before we get started today, let's make sure we have everything we need. For this practice, you may want to squish your mat if you have a round. We will probably need a block, and if you have, you may also want to grab a bolster. But make sure whatever you think you may need, or even if you don't think you may need it, it's always good to have it around you for a yin practice. Because as you go through and as we get longer into positions, you may want to grab them, move them around to help you find either more relaxation in the pose or more effort and more work in the pose. But I hope you enjoy either way. So let's get started. To do this timer, I have it set so that it will be going off every 2 minutes, so that we can find the halfway point, so that we can then transition a little bit easier. But let's see how it actually goes, and hopefully it works out. So we're going to start today in our child's pose. To get into our child's pose, we want a little bit wider of a stance, and allow the body to rest down, letting the forehead graze the mat, and then let the whole body relax in. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and let it out. One more, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take your deepest breath in and let it go. As we sink and rest here, allow the breath to come to a slow, steady inhale, maybe to a count of 4, and let the breath out at a slower, longer exhale, exhaling to a count of 5 or 6. Inhaling to your 4 count, exhaling to your 5 count. Use that longer exhale to let the body relax a little bit deeper in this position. And in this pose, start to observe. Observe where the body makes contact with the mat. All the places through the fingers, the arms, the legs, and the feet, as well as the chest and the forehead. Really see if you can relax those areas that make contact, allowing the earth to take your full weight, surrendering into it. Allow all sensations to arise, all physical sensations, emotional sensations, mental sensations. Let everything come into the mind and let it pass, honoring it all as part of your practice today. Use this time, this stillness, to really internalize the perception of the self. It could be the physical self and how you feel in each pose, how the body needs to move and adjust. Or it could be the emotional and mental self, working through any problems that may be up in the mind. Now bring your awareness to your forehead and observe that place, that third eye center, where you ground down and make contact with the mat. Bringing that higher self, the intuition of the third eye, down to your source, the earth, your foundation of your growth. Imagine a white light coming through the back of the head, out through the third eye and into the earth, connecting and bridging the higher self with the physical self, the earth self. And as you keep that mental image, try to stay with your breath. Then take one nice long inhale through the nose and let it go. We're going to be moving straight into our Sphinx pose. So bring those arms a little bit wider, push through the elbows as you draw the body forward, extending those legs out nice and long, letting the pelvic come down. Bring those elbows underneath the shoulders. Fingertips are spread as you press through the fingertips and the palm of the hand, creating a gecko-like grip. So to pull the mat towards you as you push the shoulders out. For more stability, you can bring those feet nice and wide. Let those hips relax. For more work, bring those feet inwards. Observe the back body. How does this little bit of a back bend feel? If you notice any pins or cushion feelings, any tingling sensation, move those elbows forward and lower down slightly. You can close the eyes, relax the neck, and scan the lower half of the body. Really think about where you're holding, where you're tightening, and how you can relax and let go. Relaxing through the feet, the thighs and the knees, all the way up to the hips. When the next bell rings, you can either stay here or move with me to seal. As we move to seal, we pivot those hands out, push through, straightening those arms. You may want to bring those feet wider for a foundation, or again, work on keeping them nice and narrow. If this stretch is too intense, go back to your Sphinx. If you want to bring it up a little bit higher, that's okay. See how you can relax through the legs, keeping that work in the mid-body and in the arms. Stay with the even breath here. Equal length inhales and equal length exhales. At any point this becomes too intense, you're more than welcome to lower the body back down into your Sphinx. When the bell rings again, we'll be moving the down dog to kind of loosen up the lower legs. But for now, relax wherever you're at. We're ready to go to that down dog. We tuck those toes, pull those hands back as you push up and push those hips back on the exhale. Take a few breaths here to really rest in this pose. Maybe play with bending the knees, pedaling out the heels. We'll be coming into our dragon sequence next. Just do what you can to help loosen up the body. Sometimes it feels really good to counter that spank with a roll forward and back. And when we find that next bell, we'll be moving into the dragon. So we're taking about 2 minutes here to really loosen up. Maybe enjoy the subtle inversion. Maybe take this extra time to find stillness in that down dog as you work those hips up higher. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, bring the knee to the outside of the right elbow to plant that right foot down. Now inner dragon will be here through 2 more bells. So you can either stay high the entire time, you can drop that knee, untuck that toe, roll to the side, or come down to the forearms, or even press through one hand as you come to a twist. Dragon's a very good one that you can play with. So for your first round, find the one that's comfortable for you. Mine is out here in the low wing inversion. The forearms are down and roll to the side of the foot, relaxing through the neck. When that bell rings, I may change, or I may stay just a little bit longer. As I draw the awareness, I work through the hip flexors as well as the thigh of the planted leg. Then scan the hip flexors and the top of the thigh of the extended leg. Observe how these areas feel. While we're here, continue with that even breath. Staying through the 4 count and exhaling through the 4 count. And anytime you want to bring a prop into your practice, you're always welcome to do so. For this next bell, I'm going to work on being a little bit higher. Planting that foot down, pushing those hips forward. And remember, you can play with your props throughout these positions to figure out how different ways the stretch can feel. Maybe hands up higher, taking that bigger wing feels really good. Or bringing the foot on top of the block and working yourself down into a much deeper stretch in the hip flexors. think about all the different ways you can play, how you can change the pose slightly in order to change the intensity of it. But remember, through our practice, we're always looking through that new edge, that area of work, as well as relaxation. So where are we putting effort into the body? Where are we relaxing the body? Trying to find the equal parts of relaxation and effort. Then going just one step further, finding that new edge. Now I'm going to start to lean into the twist here. Since I'm a little bit stiff, I'm going to bring the ground to me and bring my forearm onto the block. I can twist a little bit easier as I drop that right arm behind me. For my body, this is a very intense position, so I may not want to stay here for the full 2 minutes. Just enough to feel that stretch, to notice it is beyond my edge, and then actually pull out of it. But if it feels good for you, stay there. When we go to that next spell, we'll be moving back into our down dog for 2 minutes. If it feels good, you can do what I'm doing and relax in the belly. Giving yourself a little bit of rest. When we're ready, as we push up, we push through the hands, tuck that toe, lift that knee. Then inhale to our 3-legged dog and exhale into our down dog. Take this time to find your adjustments in your down dog. Maybe you roll forward and back. You can pedal out those heels. Sometimes I like to do a hip dip from side to side. Or just find stability for 2 minutes. Moving to our left side when the next bell rings. Try to stay with that even breath. Inhaling to your 4 counts. Exhaling to your 4 counts. When you're ready, inhale that left leg high. exhale the left knee to the outside of the left hand, planting that left foot. You can stay high to start. You can drop that knee and tuck that toe. You can roll to the side. You can take your bend, or you can start, like me, on your forearms. Again, we're going through 2 more bells. So think about where you are here. And as we go through our yin, and we internalize our awareness a little bit deeper, you may begin to notice the differences, the imbalances between the left and right sides. And it is okay through our practice to tweak those sides to cater to those imbalances. Knowing where we are a little bit more open, where we are a little bit more tight, and propping and adjusting to help bring balance to the body. Stay with those equal breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. And you may notice through the practice that our alignments in these poses aren't as strict. What we want is to be a little bit more, I guess slouchy wouldn't be the word, but that's kind of what you want to feel. You want to think how you can adjust and how you can sink into a pose. Different ways that the shoulders move by the neck and the ears. A different way. We either reach through the head or let it soften. Maybe how we can take subtle twists. Yin is a beautiful practice to figure out and to play. To work with how you can tweak, adjust, make poses uniquely yours in order to fulfill yourself within the practice. In this variation, I'm choosing to go high. In the next spell, I'm going to try the twist, but I may not like it. Twisted dragon, I have a love-hate with it. But a nice high wing dragon, oh, I could be here for hours. Now again, Twisted Dragon isn't my favorite, so I'm not going to be here for too long. Just enough to really feel the stretch, know that this edge is a little bit too much for me, and work my way back to a pose that I know gives me more comfort as well as some effort. As I work down to my forearms and try to go a little bit deeper. But feel free to stay in that Twisted Dragon if it feels good for you. In that next spell, we will move to Down Dog, just for a counter, and then to our easy seat. We're ready to counter. You come up high, tucking that toe, lifting that knee, inhaling that left leg up to a three-legged dog, and exhaling down to your down dog. Give yourself a really good stretch here. Maybe a few roll forwards to planks and backs. Give yourself a couple deep breaths. One more. Inhale deeply. Let it go. And inhale, roll the body forward as you drop those knees and come into your easy seat. Now we're going to be moving into deer pose. So before we actually get into there on the next bell, I'm going to demo the two different ways that we'll get into it. We're going to start on our right side. So we're going to be forming an M shape with the legs. Either the left knee can go in the arch of the right foot, or you bring the right foot on the inside of the thigh. On the inhale, we'll be raising up and exhaling, twisting towards the right. And coming down into our fold. Either on the forearms, working that chest all the way down. If it is a little intense and we want to use a pillow or a bolster, bring it to the side of the hip. So as we twist, you can rock down onto it. Bringing the gaze over to one side, continuing to stretch through the neck on the other. If that's still a little bit too deep for you, you can use your bolster in combination with the blocks to give yourself a more gentler twist and not as much compression. If you're having tummy issues, this variation is super nice. But we're just going to go, or I'm just going to go right into the deeper variation because I love deer and my body is super open to deer. So inhaling up, exhaling, twist in, rolling myself down. We're going to be for 4 minutes each side through 2 rounds of the bells. While we're here, we want to stay with the inhale of the 4 count, but this time we're exhaling to a 5 or 6 count. Using that longer exhale to let us sink deeper into this pose, letting us softening into the compression on the side. Let the eyes soften or close. Try to relax the upper part of the body as well as the legs. Remember, stay with that breath and know that you do not need to be still the entire time. Now that we're at that halfway point, it may feel really good to lift up slightly, take a deeper adjustment, a deeper twist on that long exhale, and lower the body back down. Stay with that longer exhale breath. Think about how you can soften through the legs, through the lower portions of the body. And we hear that next bell, we'll push up to the other side. Remember to let all sensations arise when you're in this pose, or in any of the poses in our yin practice. Scan the body, listen to what it is telling you. Try to internalize a little bit deeper. We inhale, we push the body up. Switch those legs. Make the M shape on the left side. Taking a nice big inhale, exhale, twisting, and coming down. And again, go through your checklist on the side of the body. Think about how you can take little adjustments, little shifts, little movements to help relax, to help find that balance of effort and ease, while staying with that breath work. The inhales to the count of 4, the exhales to a count of 5 or 6. Allow that longer exhale to be like a massage, washing over the body, allowing you to release areas of tension. Allow yourself to sink and soften here. Feel the compression from the twist, helping the inner organs like the intestines start to move any of the blockages that are in there. As we're at that halfway, it may feel really good to push up and exhale a little bit deeper, taking a deeper variation, finding a new edge, or maybe taking a more relaxation part of the pose, bringing in the bolster or the block. When we hear that next bell, we'll push up to our easy seat. But for now, stay with that deeper breath. Inhale. Take a nice deep inhale. Let it out. Slowly begin to push yourself up. Coming into your easy seat, we're just going to give ourselves a little windshield wiper from side to side. And we're coming in to our toes and ankle stretches before we go into any arm work. So depending on how sensitive the feet are, you may want to double up your mat or bring in a blanket. We're going to start with ankle stretch. So we're bringing the tops of the feet onto our mat or blanket as we bring the booty towards the heels. Now this may already be an intense stretch for you. If it is, stay here. If not, you can follow me as we place the hands behind us and start to roll the weight back, bringing those knees towards the sky. Gaze is forward, you can let the chin drop. You put a soft bend in those shoulders as you bring the body down a little bit more. Give yourself 10 deep breaths here. I'm not going to make you guys hold this one for the full 2 minutes or 4 minutes. You're just going to be here for about a minute. And I already talked through half of it, so you're pretty close to being done. When you're ready, roll the body back up, planting those knees down, coming forward, planting those hands. We're coming into toe stretch. So we're tucking those little tootsies. For this one, I'm going to move my blanket away because I don't need them. Making sure this pinky guy comes along for the ride. I'm giving myself a few good breaths here. I'm going to keep this blanket in a short arm's reach because I will be using it for open wing. While I'm here, I can actually prep and stop that. Take one more deep inhale. And let it go. We're going to do open wing 4 minutes each side. So start to get the body down onto the mat. I'm going to line my face up with this. Extending the arms out, palms down, feet nice and wide. I'm going to start by rolling towards my left. So I'm going to plant through the right hand as I roll onto the left side of my body. Bringing the left knee forward, the right knee to the sky. Now I can keep the right hand here and help use that as a gauge to push the body back and pressing on that back shoulder as I push that left palm into the ground. Or I can bring the arm behind me, deepening that roll and that compression. If my neck starts to hurt, I can fold this blanket a little bit more, keeping a nice line in my cervical spine. Allow the eyes to soften here. And you may notice you like the foot planted down. You might like to stack it. Or you might like to keep this leg nice and long, or both legs long. Your leg position can be up to you. You will notice as you change the legs, you will get different, subtle differences in the stretch. And that's okay. If you start to feel the pins and needle sensation in the arm, release the compression by rolling more towards the right. Inhale to a count of 4. And exhale to your counts of 5 or 6. We're going to go through these last 2 minutes here, thinking about how we may want to deepen this a little bit more. And remember, you do not need to be stagnant. You can play with how much compression you put in and how much you lay off. Sometimes teachers will call this putting an element of water in your practice. A little ebb and flow, a wave back and forth. Stay with that breath work. Take a deep inhale. And as you let it go, roll onto the belly. Bring both hands underneath the chin. Lengthen out through the spine. Take a good breath here in your crocodile. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend this right arm nice and long. Palm is down. I'm going to adjust my blanket because I know where I'm going. As I roll onto that right side. Planting the left hand into the mat as I bend that right knee, stack that hip, and bring the left knee to the sky. If you can either stack or I can press that foot down. Again, you can take a variation of different leg positions. Find one that feels good for you. I like this because it gives me a little bit of a relaxation as well as an opening in the hip flexor. Stay with that extra long exhale. Inhale into your 4 count. Exhale into your 5 or 6 count. Allowing that exhale to massage parts of the body. Allowing you to deepen this position a little bit more each time. Again, you can always bring the arm behind you. If this is too much of a compression, you will start to feel pins and needles. So maybe for this extra 2 minutes, release a little bit as you compress or roll a little bit towards the left. If that wasn't enough, see how you can make this a little bit deeper. Find a new edge here. Take a deep inhale. Let it go. Slowly rolling onto our belly. Finding that crocodile position as you bring the hands together. Underneath the chin as you lengthen out through the spine. Take a nice deep inhale. And let it go. And the next inhale, push yourself up to your easy seat. And we're just going to be coming into a few different things to help stretch out the neck as well as the arms. So we're going to plant the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Grab the left side of the head, right around the ear, and just pull it to the side as you push that left heel of the hand into the mat. Give me 10 good breaths here. When you're ready, inhale, release. And exhale, plant the right hand down. Inhale that left arm up. Finding the side of the head above the ear as you exhale. Push that neck or hinge it to the right side as you push the right heel of the hand into the mat. Really straightening out the right side of the body. Really lengthening out the right side of the body. Give me 2 more breaths here. Then inhaling the neck up, the arms to the sky, and exhale, bringing it down. Now we're going to be coming into our supported bridge. So you may either want to block for this, or if you already know the bridge is too much, the bolster. Before we get into them, I'm going to show you guys how to prep them each way. Either way, we're starting with the bolster or with the block. I'll show the bolster first. Or no, I'll show the block first. So a supported bridge with the block. Feet are planted. Roll the body down. Bring the shoulder blades underneath as you squeeze the core. Lift the hips. The block goes underneath the sacrum. So it's not on the butt knee, but it's not high in the back. It's right on that bridge between the booty and the back. Letting it sink. Tuck the shoulders, arms go down. You could be here. You could be here. Or you could be here, depending on how your back manages back bends. If any of those are too much for you, or if you have sensitive shoulders, we'll take a heart bench instead. By bringing the bolster to the sacrum and letting the body just relax underneath it, arms go nice and wide. Knees could be to the ceiling, or you can extend those feet nice and long. Either way, it is a very good way to expand through the chest. The one gives us more an inversion. The other one is more of a chest opener and expands through the tops of the shoulders. So if you want more shoulder work, choose the heart bench. If you want more of a back bend, choose the supported bridge. What I'm going to teach, or what I'm going into, is the supported bridge. I'm going to start with the higher variation because we will be here for 2 minutes. And at that second bell, I may come down to a lower one. Now, even though I'm here, I'm still trying to keep that gap between the chin and the chest. I don't want to compress through the cervical. Stay with the even breaths here. Work towards the equal length inhales and the equal length exhales. It may feel good to interlace those fingers, extending long. Maybe work on bringing those hands together, or just letting them relax. When that next spell comes, I will release into a more manageable position. But right now, I am working towards a new edge, a deeper expression of this back bend. When I'm ready to come to a different expression, I squeeze those glutes as I lift up, changing the position of my block. This time coming into a more gentler, more passive back bend, letting those legs go nice and long. Halfway through. Ready, we inhale, squeeze the core and the glutes to lift, releasing that block, extending everything nice and long, untuck those shoulders, lengthen out through the spine, and bring those knees into the chest. Pull them nice and tight, let that lower lumbar lift. It may feel good just to rock from side to side. You feel really good to roll the ankles in one direction. Roll those ankles in the opposite direction. Alternate bringing those knees in nice and tight, letting them release. Take adjustments in the shoulders and the spine. We'll be moving into our supine twist next. So we'll extend those arms nice and wide. As we exhale, drop both those knees over to the right. And bring that gaze over to the left. Try to keep the left shoulder ground down into the mat. If you have a deeper variation of this that you like, you can go into it now. Into your deep breaths here. Into your count of 4. And exhale to your counts of 5 or 6. Inhale, bring the knees and the gaze up the midline. Adjust your spine out, get everything nice and long. And bring those arms wide again as you drop those knees over to the left. Bringing that gaze over to the right. Again, closing the eyes as you drop that shoulder into the mat. If you have a different variation that you like, feel free to take it. On that inhale, bring the gaze and the knees up to the midline. Pull them in nice and tight. And before you set up for your Shavasana, take any of the movements, any of the poses you think the body might need, might feel really good. Take some time, take some breath to do any little adjustments that you feel you need. And then when you're ready, you can extend everything nice and long. Bring the arms out, close the eyes, and settle into your final resting pose. Inhaling deeply through the nose, letting it out. 2 more. Inhale a little deeper. Let go. Inhale your deepest. And let go completely. Start to slowly bring the awareness back into the breathing. Try bringing the awareness in without giving the breath control. Just observe. Observe the natural inhale and the natural exhale. Observe how the body moves effortlessly with the breath, in time with the breath, as a unit with the breath. Observe the breath's quality, its sensations, how it may feel, how it may taste. And when you're ready, you can start to bring some little movements into those fingers and toes. Maybe give the neck a really good stretch from side to side. And with the eyes still closed, you're going to bring those knees into the chest. Pull them in nice and tight. Before you exhale, surrendering over to the side that serves you. Ending your practice in the fetal position. Taking a moment to honor where you are, here and now, and to love yourself for being just that. Take one more deep inhale in. Let it go. We're going to gently push our way up to our easy seat. Bring the hands to heart center. And bowing the head. The light in me honors and respects the same divine light in each of you. And all that we think, do, and say, Namaste. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're more interested in Yin, let us know. We'll do more videos. And stay tuned to check out some of our How to Prop videos. Bye!